Hello, and in this video, we're going to learn how to do our main.py in our Tortoise ORM integration with FastAPI video. In the last video, we did our models in which we added all of our fields. In this video, we're going to do our main.py and our create, read, update, and delete app. So let's begin. So we're just going to start importing things quickly here. So we need to import piping, and because we use this for our get to do. I'm going to return it in a list, and then we're going to do from FastAPI import FastAPI. We're also going to do some exception handling. So I'm going to do HTTP exception and fix that error here. And now we're going to import our models. So our models are to do Pydantic, are to do in Pydantic, and are to do models from our models.py. And now we have to do from Tortoise .contrib.pydantic. We have to import register tortoise to register our tortoise inside our FastAPI and register tortoise into our just basically our API, etc. This is where we're gonna cover that. Also, a new more exception handling HTTP not found error. Awesome. So now we have to do a register tortoise. So we're gonna link our database, etc. inside our register tortoise. So we're going to create our instance, so our app. So let's make our instance. So app equals FastAPI. And then we have to make our DB URL. And our DB URL, we're going to use SQLite. So SQLite. And what we're just going to do for right now, we're just going to create a file or where we're going to start. So store.db. Also store this in memory if you want, or just going to keep it as that. Then we're going to do our modules, basically where our models are created. So models, and it's contained inside the models module, our models file. In quotations. And then we have to generate our schemas, basically how our API is structured, set up, etc. And then and after that, we're going to do exception handlers and keep that to true because we are going to do exception handling. So that is good for now. Now we're going to just create our first one. I'm just going to create also our read root. So at app.get, and then just going to make our read root def read root, and I'm just going to return hello world. Now it's creator to do. So I'm just going to do app.post, and we make this our to-do link. And then we have to make our response model, and our response model is going to be to do Pydantic. Now let's create our content. So async def create, and inside here we have to create to do from our to do in Pydantic. So basically, we're going to say that our to do is basically going to represent our to do in Pydantic. So we're going to create an object first. So we have to basically create our object, and we have to await it, and we have to do to do dot create, and then inside we're going to make it a dictionary, and then if anything is empty, we can see true. And then we're just going to return await and then user Pydantic, or to do Pydantic, sorry, from Tortoise ORM, and then our object. So we can return our object. So I'm just going to run, and we can see to do from models. And yes, we have to import it. So let's save that. Generate schemas, add comma, spell this as Pydantic. Now let's go and refresh this, and we're going to reroute, and then we're just going to test this out. We'll just keep this empty for now, just nothing inside. Internal server error, and see what happened. You can see that to do is not defined. So we should make sure that to do is kept here. Let us refresh the page. Let's keep this empty for now. So let's try it out. So let's keep our to-do empty and our due date empty. Internal server error. And we can see user is not defined. So I have to do to-do. And then we're just going to refresh again. Try it out. Keep this empty. Execute. And we see, and we can see it's correct. Have our ID, to do, and due date. So there was several errors in there that we fixed. Now I'm going to go ahead a little bit quicker. Now we're going to do our get and then update and then delete. So we're just going to, what we're going to do is just get one user instead of just getting all. So what we're going to do is we can just also just remove from typing import list. We don't really need that, only if we can get all. We can do at.get. And then we're just going to do to do and then the ID. Our response model is our to do Pydantic. And then just in case, if we have, responses. So just in case if it's not found, we do a 404 not found error. And we're just going to say, in our model, HTTP not found error. And we just do async def and then get, or we're just going to say get 1. And then we're just going to, our ID is an integer or a number. And then we're going to return and we're going to await. And we're going to basically do to do Pydantic from a query set. So we're just going to get 1 from query set single. So just 1 to do. And do to do dot get. Our ID is equal to our ID. So when we just refresh this, we should get our, so we're just going to put 3. And then we say to do has no attribute from, so that's just a spelling error. And then we're just going to refresh, try it out. And we can see that we got our to do. Last one, I believe it was 4. And then if it's not found, we should get an error saying object does not exist. We can change, and basically that's for our get 1. I'm going to do update and delete. For our update, we're going to use we're just going to use the method of app dot put, or put method. So in our put method, we're just going to put inside our user or to do, and then our ID. Which inside we're going to just put our ID. Inside, you're going to put app. So now we do at app.put or update. So then we have to just do to do, and it's to do ID, because remember we want to modify just one. And then after that we're just going to do our response model, and that is equal to our to do Pydantic, and then our responses, and we're just going to copy this response from here. As if it's not found. And then we just do async def update. And then we're going to create, so our ID is an integer. And then our to do is going to be from to do in Pydantic, or to do in Pydantic model. So that's how we're going to represent it. So all we're going to do is do await and do to do.filter. We're going to filter through, and the ID is equal to an ID. I'm going to do dot update. So basically, we're going to take our ID, we're going to filter and find our ID. So our ID, and then we're going to search through it, filter through it, and we're just going to do to-do.dictionary, and we're going to do exclude unset equals to true. And then after that, we're just going to return it, return await, and then to do Pydantic from query set single. Okay, so we're just going to return that one, and to do.get, and then the same thing as last time. We're going to do ID, and is equal to our ID. So that is okay. So that's what we're going to do. So let us go back to our API and just do update. So we're just going to do our ID. So we're just going to try this out. Let's do ID number 4. Okay, we're going to find do 4. So we're going to try it out 4. I'm just going to keep it as 4 is empty, and see it's been changed. So when we try to get it, and we just execute, we can see it's been changed. Finish that. So basically, so to explain, we have our update, and our ID is equal to the ID we asked for. So now let us go to our delete. So for our delete, we're just going to make another one. Our method is going to be delete now. Since we're going to delete, we're just going to do to do, and then we're going to do ID of course again. And then after that, we're just going to also make a response, copy and paste that. And technically, we can add another response model, because when you delete it and then we're going to put it, we can also just say our status, or just say it's been deleted. So we can do that. So we're actually just going to do that for right now. So we can actually just import Pydantic now. So from Pydantic, import base model. So we're just going to do class message, and our message is going to say to make sure that it's been deleted. And this is going to be our base model. we're just going to put a message that's equal to, say, a string. So we're just going to stop our server for now. And then we're going to put our response model as message, as you want to make sure it's been deleted. Then we just have to now just say, okay, delete. We're just going to do async def and then delete. And our ID is an integer. After that, we're just going to say we're just going to delete, or we can make an object to delete. So we're just going to delete an object, and this is going to be a wait to do, and we're going to filter through. Okay, find our ID, and then we're just going to delete it. So if not deleted, okay, so if it doesn't exist or something like that, okay, we can just say raise our HTTP exception, and then our status code is going to be 404, just say not found, and our detail is going to be this to do is not found. And then we can just do, and then we're just going to do return. And we can just do message. And then basically our message inside here is deleted. Successfully deleted. So let us run our server again. No module named Pydantic. So that was just an error. So let's fix that. Back here, we're going to erase 4. So we're going to say try it out. 4. Successfully deleted, and that's been spelled incorrectly. So let us fix that. And then basically when we execute this again, the to-do is not found. I'm trying to release more videos in the future, and I hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe.